Всем привет, с вами снова я, Илюха, это прохождение. Не могу выбрать эту игру, если честно. Что-то там Call of Duty, что-то там. Блин, русской озвучки, конечно же, нету. Хотя она вроде от Ubisoft тоже. Странно. У них обычно всегда с русской озвучкой все. Я решил ее заснять,
Don't I
так
know
как...
you, sir?
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
What are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy. First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
Там про более новое время. Но тоже про Дикий Запад. Но он там уже не такой дикий. Извините, то, что не было.
It was about 30 years ago.
Месяца 3, наверное.
Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Spring.
Подготовки, точнее. Экзамен счет скоро.
I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies. But before I tell you why I want that son of a bitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, haha.
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
You heard Pat. We need to stay here to keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
Со стрельбой в прицеле здесь.
Hell! Shoot that sumbitch!
Все, понятно. Ну это прокачка тоже. Во всех
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast.
как я понял, тоже нельзя вылезть.
Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead.
Fire at will! Spread out, goddammit! They're coming from the
I
rear!
decided to help Billy and the boys out.
Stay on it!
So that's just what I did.
Что-то я не пойму.
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
God damn you!
Ну вот в прицеле у меня вообще очень мало раз получалось попадать так. Прям если я
Look out! He's one of them! God damn it, he's right behind us! Where the hell's Garrett's man? Never around when you need him!
Bunch of chickens with their heads cut
Let's
off.
send these some bitches running!
Вот там слышу.
I'm done with you!
Сейчас.
Let's do this!
Still, one of them reached the water tower. Not a bad idea. It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
Потому что они тоже иногда кончаются.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed. The right position is very important. Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do you?
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah.
Я уже придумал.
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
Show yourself, coward! I'll do you myself!
Что здесь есть? Не слышу. Опа. Ага, спалился. Наш чешется.
I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window.
Back door! We got you covered! Try aiming you! Watch your flank!
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house.
Take him down!
Ёпта.
Cut their numbers in half. But that just made the ones that were there twice as bad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo. It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
Я думаю, это мой пистолет попроще.
And like that,
You'll
I
all
was
be
inside,
dead, you bastard!
none the worse for wear.
Блин, мышка.
I passed Dirty Dave, and upstairs I found Billy and
Get
Charlie
it in a
Bolton.
rat in a trap!
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of.
Where'd he come from?
Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
I'll keep this up all day!
You Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they
Where the
just
hell
kept
Garrett
on
get to?
coming.
He's missing all the action! Don't let him get away with
That's when Charlie got hit. Catching us in a crossfire, shouted Billy. Get to the other side. I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor. It means that it was time to cut and run. They got a Gatling, Billy shouted. Get the horses and bring them around back. I'll draw their attention. directed that order
я
is me.
запутался.
And I thought, what the hell do I have to do? But
Я
I went
всё-таки по
anyway.
этим надо.
Dumbass that I was that.
Those poor sons of bitches are
Many
done
would have
for!
fled in my place. But I had that false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack is just
Давай,
Joshing.
давай.
Yeah, he
Что за
better
фигня,
be.
почему я понимаю?
Mr. Graves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Gonna scalp your ass.
Ты чё? Так, он с топором.
Making my way past the castle.
Фига себе. Стоим.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
Разрядимся. Шикарно.
Finally, I had the stables within my reach. And that's when I met
Так,
Sheriff
что?
Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star. You challenged him to a showdown.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
Так, вот здесь вот это вообще нелегкая фигня, если честно. Потому что здесь надо так держать. Ты здесь двигается все только после нескольких секунд. Вот одну секунду ты подожал, и начинает двигаться уже курсор. Ты двинул мышкой, и через секунду двигается курсор. Так, давайте. Окей. Капец, я обосрался. Я просто обосрался. Вот в один момент у меня просто ушла мышка и все. Стой. Если ты не профессионал, короче, будешь удержать не на голове, а на теле. Я не профессионал. Вот, она просто уходит, я мышкой даже не двигаю, если честно. А, здесь...
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy. That ain't what I meant when I said I met Pat Garrett.
Кликать мышкой.
Let me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
Кстати. Я курицу изволил. Ха!
Stepped inside, and last thing I heard was Garrett's
Я
voice.
обосрался.
That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
Так, ну вот, кстати, на Xbox я проходил одну игру, вот, ну, похожего типа, там тоже историю рассказывали, но там типа в театре все было. И ты куклами управлял вот так вот. Тоже прикольная игра, но, кстати, вот она выглядела почти точно так же.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Тоже историю
Yeah,
рассказывали.
after I came to, bastard had
Тоже
clocked me with
такие
his
типа,
coat.
только там еще медальки давали тебе. Bill is a kid.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive,
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the
Кстати
kid.
говоря, вот в начале в катсцене там была вроде машина, если мне не показалось. В то время были машины. И там были поезда, да. Но я не знал, то, что машины были, если честно. И тем более там деревушка какая-то была.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Так, как я понимаю, ничего не делать.
He was with John Kinney's gang. They were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence. Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move.
Еще меня освободят.
He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape, too. My first order of business was finding a firearm.
Я могу чипнуть.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Красиво. Я знаю только оружие 12-го калибра.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? We shot Jim Bell!
Hell yeah. That scattered gun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kid's escape raised a huge ruckus.
Пистолет.
Guards were everywhere looking for him. Can't let the kid get away.
Я прям то же самое.
Anybody see him?
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I
Вот это
followed
я
the
где-то уже
planks
видел.
where I could, but
Ой, ой.
some of that wood
Yeah.
was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly,
Я
I
прыгать
was a
боюсь.
fugitive.
Can't have gotten far. Get the window. Gotta be around here somewhere.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there. I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
This town doesn't have a moment's
Слышал,
peace.
тут убежал.
You! But hell, if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
You hooligans can go to hell.
He's in town somewhere.
Me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and color.
Пока что яички.
I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
They're shooting in the street!
Просто, блин, зря анимацию пропустил.
Let's do this. Get your
Давай,
heads
беги
down.
сюда.
There's children here.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground.
Я там видел
I knew
просто
I
даже.
needed to find a horse. Though I never did have a great fondness for four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
You
won't get away with this. You're really pissing me off.
Я думал, шляпа.
Time to
А, красная трубочка, я что-то туда отвлекся.
had enough. You're dead.
Threatening the lives of innocent people.
Это шикарно просто. Вот это вот, блин. До конца досмотрю. Ну это реально шикарно выглядит, когда он на ствол выглядит. Хотя мне кажется, может самому эту анимацию патрон жать не буду.
Damn town's going to hell in a handbasket.
Ща. Вот там, слушай, может я пропустил, конечно.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free. I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I made it out of there in one piece. No one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No. They all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him. Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch. He was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun. Anyway, it was me or them. And the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Такие собаки, я не знаю. Я слышу, кто бежит. Держи.
Don't let him get away.
Ну это капец, сейчас это жестко, конечно. Я еще не просто. Да, вылезь, давай, попробуй. Высуни свою пушку. Типа, ему нравится, что ли? Я не пойму.
We're gonna be in deep shit when you get back. Knocked down his life. We can take him. You'll die for this. You hear me? Get out here.
Cover your head!
It's a weak got this. On yourselves.
Да, блин,
How the hell did he get away?
с этим пистолетом получше будет. Это, блин, как помить.
Don't let him get away. God damn you!
Так, откуда?
Kill him! Had enough? God! I'm here! We're gonna
Давай,
be
давай.
let him get away!
We're gonna be a big shit when I get back.
Господи, почему я не могу попасть?
Finally, I found what I was looking for. The stables on the edge of
Давай,
town.
вылезь. Господи. Какой же
Put down your weapon!
Давай, смотрите. Вот так, сосай. Не забыл тоже здесь бегать.
Guess
Чтобы
Billy
этого не
saved your
бежать.
ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. Hello, Bob, I said. I think you better let me go. And he says, I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun.
Только не смотри боевиков.
So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Есть положение. Что построить? Ага. Окей. Как не пиздишь, что не так ходит. Так, услышу биение сердца, можете сквозь. Окей, ну там... Я понял, чё. Давай!
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well,
Мне кажется.
Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. That Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Ruales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by Old Man Clanton himself.
Вообще не люблю.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Которые вот
Not
именно как
really.
старые вот типа этих.
But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
И воюешь не особо. Ну, Сириус Сэм мне нравится, он тоже прямолинейный, но он мне нравится. Я не помню, как... Ну, вот какая-то игра мне не нравилась, я помню. Только какая не помню. Блин. Ну, так, значит, давайте вот... Это, наверное...
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh,
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after. The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there!
I did my best to help those poor passengers. Moments later, the attackers were dead,
Так, меня как-то...
and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None. It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often do.
А почему не в ту сторону летел? Постой, это индейцы были, нет? Так я... Какая разница в какую сторону? Пуль все равно не летела на... Вот в какую сторону? Здесь понятно.
They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads,
Не надо
making
нормально.
use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seems to be an end to it.
Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green, but often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo. I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a favor, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past his other assholes first.
Бесконечно, что ли?
Hard to hit a moving target.
Не, просто это пиздец.
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up. Where's he going? Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament. I ran ahead as if the devil himself. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, and I wasn't about to roll over and die. I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this? I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
No one will ever find you here.
And that's when something miraculous happened. Like manna from heaven, I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Так, теперь мне обратно надо возвращаться, эти пасты. У меня появились патроны, все, да.
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
Окей, так, надо прокачаться вообще. Прокачать, если сейчас. О, вот это вот прикольно. Может увидеть.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the prey. Time for the hunter to become the hunter.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
Скорости в концентрации будет. Окей. Блин. Качитель.
That's right, Jack. I was done running, and the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir.
Окей. Новый револьвер.
I got you now.
Не слышал.
Came at them like a wildcat.
Вот прицел же.
My fury knew no bounds.
Почему он его не убил? Я не знаю, какая здесь система зрения, просто. Сейчас
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
Блин. Чертовски падлый. Окей, здесь, то есть, мне надо...
I
как-то
yelled out at the
действовать.
top of my lungs, Clanton, I'm coming for you! A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come. But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Еле-еле. Сейчас он опять начнет стрелять. Стреляет.
Damn contraption, damn the I don't know how you lived this long. Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe. But it was just me.
Вот скажите мне, по нему стрелять, точняк, по нему стрелять, скорее всего, можно. Такой фигни я тоже видел.
Stop here hiding from me! These are good men, young
Что-то я не пойму, как его убить? Если его не видно. Окей. Ща всё будет.
Show yourself! Wait! Goddamn book! Oh, gotta reload!
Что мне надо делать?
I don't know how you lived this long. Why are you so afraid to face me, huh? Would you just die? Do I gotta reload again? You one stupid zombie! traps and damned to death.
Сейчас я увидел. Чего? Ну здесь меня может. Его не видно там было, где он там был. Я видел только пулемет. Его я не видел. Интересно.
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe Canyon, but it was just me. One of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the Old K Corral.